I grew up in a Christian home. I went to church, I read the Bible, and believed in Jesus from a very young age. But I thought that I had to be perfect, to not have any problems and not create problems for anyone else, so that I could be right with God and so that I could receive love from Him, from other people around me. But when I was a teenager, around the age of 15, I started to encounter God's presence and His love for me. And I started to meet Him and realize that I could have a relationship with Him and that He wanted to speak with me and that I could speak with Him. And it wasn't just me doing things for Him, but He wanted to have a relationship with me through the Holy Spirit. So I started to encounter God and get closer to Him, and I started to know His love, that it surpassed what I could do, that it surpassed all of my mistakes. Anything that I would do that would be less than perfect, that His love would cover those things, and that He loved me despite what I did. And that caused me to want to obey Him more, to want to live for Him more, but not because I was striving to earn something from Him, but because it was my response of worship for how much He loved me and how much He was willing to meet me where I was. So I worshiped God and went deeper with Him. And during my times of worshiping Him, I would see visions of people from every nation, from different tribes, dressed in different colors, with different skin colors and different languages, all worshiping God, all standing before the presence of God and worshiping Him. I would see this while I was worshiping. But I didn't want to be a missionary. I had been on a mission trip before, and I just felt it wasn't for me, and I wanted to stay in America to work in the future, get a job in America. I wanted to be a doctor. So I was seeking God and seeking His direction for my life, since I now had this close relationship with Him. And one day while I was worshiping Him, He told me, "Shawna, you're going to be a missionary." I wasn't exactly happy with that direction for my life, but I knew, because I knew His character, I knew that there was nothing better that I could do for God except to obey His plan for my life more than my own. And I knew that if I did that, my life wouldn't be perfect. It would be hard, but I knew that there was nothing better that I could do for my life. So I started taking short-term mission trips, going to different nations around the world. And there were many times obeying God meant going somewhere I didn't want to go or doing something I didn't want to do. But once I took the first steps into obeying Him, I experienced His love and grace leading me, and I found joy in obeying Him. It wasn't suffering for Him, but it was choosing the hard way so that I could walk the path with Him and not walk my own path. Now I live in Asia, and I share the love of Jesus with people here because I want them to know that religious works, that religion and religious works won't help them to meet God. And knowing Jesus is the only way to meet God and spend eternity with Him. You can be a good person and do many good things, but you won't find what you're looking for unless you surrender your life to the God who loves you and sent His Son to die for you. I want people here, I want people around the world to see that relationship with Jesus compels your obedience, but your good works don't compel God to have a relationship with you. We should operate out of a place of relationship and knowing Him and obey Him from that place, because there's no better way to spend your life than following Jesus.